Sports fans, this is Robert with WTB Sports News here live tonight for another edition of the Thursday Night Forecast. We're going to be talking about the NFL Combine. Those invites went out to all those collegiate players who are headed or hoping they get to head to the NFL to play next season, and also the NFL draft. We're going to be talking about both of those topics. I'm here tonight with my man T1 of City League TV. How you feeling, T1?
Feeling great, bro. Feeling great. Loving life. And, you know, since I had the girls today and it's an early 6 o'clock game, it started a little later than 6, but I'm getting home early. I looked at my clock. I said, oh, I can catch the potty. So I'm in the building. I get to see my brothers, man. And so I'm feeling great, man. Good to see my brothers.
Good to see you in here as well. We also got our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 in the building with us tonight. How you feeling, Mossberg?
Man, pretty good. Pretty good, man. Like you said, in the building. It's good to see the guys, man. Normally I'm cooking up or on my way there. It's good to see you all, man. Definitely to talk what we talking. And shout out to you and what you do, City League TV, man. I can't wait to get out there. When I go to my games to coach on Wednesdays, it's this one young kid, man. We got to get him with us, man, for whenever we go out. If I could get a hold of him, he'd be happy to see me just because of seeing me with the City League TV shirt on my chest. We about to do something special. You doing something special. As it is, if they haven't checked it out, man, make sure you tune in. But I can yabble all day, man, but it's just good to see everybody as well. Definitely.
Mossberg, have you gone from the 360 waves to a mini fruit?
I guess it's called the Big Unk, man. I went to the chair today and got chopped up a little bit on the cut. So I guess it's called the Big Unk with the little scrub brush and all that, you know. Changing it up a little bit. You know, it's always good to be different, especially when you're growing. With the growth that you guys brought from that phone call, man, I just been growing my hair since, man.
Moss, you sure you're not going for the Bob Marley look, man?
Hey, shh. I just might do it. It's possible.
We also got our man One Take Zaya in the building. How you feeling, One Take?
It's a whole celebration going on tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
yes,
man,
indeed.
I was on mute. My bad. Hey, what's good with y'all, though? It's good to see y'all, you know what I mean? All y'all looking like kings on the camera. T1, even though you ain't on camera, you a king, my brother.
I'm gonna get there as soon as I get to my room. I'm in my car right now. I had it on, but I'm in the dark, so I said might as well just turn the camera on off.
No disrespect, man. Can you hit One Take with that introduction one more time? Because it's been a while to see One Take on here with all the guys.
Right.
Then we got T1 in the building and One Take in the building, and we talking NFL tonight. Can we get One Take on that intro one more time for the one time?
Let's welcome our man One Take Zaya in the building. What's happening, One Take?
One Take in the building.
We back.
One Take out there. Y'all know One Take. One Take, you out there working. One of those 12 jobs. One of the 12 jobs, man.
You know it.
You know it.
You already know. Gotta get to it.
Gotta get to it. We also got our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast in the building with us as well. How you feeling this evening, Post Game?
Feel marvelous. We got a full screen in here. All the fellas, it's always a beautiful live stream where we can get y'all in here. So I'm happy and ready to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We also got our man SEC Sean in the chat. Of course, he's watching NASCAR right now, so he's probably going to be popping in and out, answering some of the questions we got on the slate. But let's get right on into it, man. The NFL Combine invites have gone out. 114 SEC players, 84 Big Ten players, 50 ACC players, 10 of those happen to be Miami players, 45 Big 12 players, and 6 Notre Dame players. What's your thoughts on those numbers? That looks phenomenal for the combine.
That looked phenomenal for the SEC. How they got 150, 40 something, and then the next one's got 90 or whatever you said. Where that makes sense at, because I can guarantee you, as you can see what these national championships been doing, it's talent up in that Big Ten as well as down south in that SEC. So, I mean, I guess that got to be biased too, or unless it's just not that many players that went into the draft up here at the Big Ten. So that's what when I heard you mention that, I haven't looked and saw what's going on, but that sounds a little lopsided once again in favor for the SEC. So no wonder they had more players drafted than everybody.
I'm wondering the same thing, man. I'm wondering the same thing as far as in invites. Looking at the numbers, it's kind of crazy. I never looked at it in this way. Shout out to post game. They singled out your Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I know y'all independent, but just to know y'all got 6 players, it's very possible. I think all 6 of those guys could get drafted, but it is crazy with the numbers just seeing. But I don't know. I think we're gonna have half of some conference get as many players into the NFL that they have with these guys. I mean, with these numbers that we see here. One conference may get half of those players in the NFL, if not less than that.
Let me say something real quick before y'all move on, because you just brought that Notre Dame up again, and with them having 6 players. So, I mean, even to me, that's even a low number. You know what I mean? Because I don't know the exact number of players, but my guess will be that Ohio State don't only have 6 players going to the combine. I mean, Notre Dame is one of those power schools to where you trying to tell me they only have 6 players worthy to go to a combine, or is that the average amount per team? I don't know.
Well, one thing y'all got to remember when we looking at these numbers, these are the draft eligible players. So even though the SEC has 114, I would like to know how many players were eligible to be drafted from each conference. So that's one thing we got to keep in mind when we look at these numbers. And this is just simply the NFL and the scouting departments getting the players they feel like popped out on tape during the college football seasons, getting their invites. That's all. But one thing we have to remember is draft eligible players.
Hey, you know what I'm going to do though now? I'm going to be like, all right, 114 at the combine. Let me see where all the 114 fall in the draft and what happened, I want to see what the percentage is. And we're going to break these numbers down.
Yeah, that was my mindset. One take there. I was looking at the numbers from that viewpoint too. I want to see how many of these players, each one of these conferences, based on the numbers of guys going to the combine, how many of them are actually eligible. My man, said,
they have about 30 minutes.
And also, how many of them actually get drafted. So those are the 3 numbers that I'm going to be looking at. Number of guys eligible from each conference to go to eligible for the draft, the amount that go to the combine, and then, as you said, one take there, how many of them actually get drafted out of those numbers. I'm going to take a look at all of those numbers to see what it's looking like.
It'd also be dope, Rob, to see how those numbers broke down in the past, I don't know, 5-10 years. You know what I mean? I would like to see those numbers from previous draft lists
And
as well.
that's what I'm looking at now. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm checking out some things and looking at the underclassmen because it's actually a lot of underclassmen too that go into the draft that's eligible, even with them being underclassmen. And I think they could still, I'm not sure, come back even after that combine because of not, having that actual agent signing and whatnot. So, with this NIL, man, I think if some players don't get the right look, it's very possible that they come back to school and play another year. That's something to think about. I mean, it's crazy. They say Alabama got a gang of players, that's in this load of this amount of players in the SEC as well. So, I mean, who knows? But I'm definitely going to try to check on those numbers post. That's a good thing as well.
Yeah, before we get into this next question, apparently Trinidad Chambliss has been granted a 6 year of or another year of eligibility. Was this his 6 year, or because in the interview he said his 4th year? So is he saying it's 4 years based on the fact that he went to a JUCO and then he's getting 4 in the NCAA? Is that what he's saying?
Hmm. That's a. Did you get any take on this post on the Trinidad situation at all?
No, I just saw that he was granted another year. I'm not sure exactly how his years broke down, junior college, Division 1, but I just know he got granted another year. And I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So he redshirted. He redshirted 1 year, and he was out for the year with a season-ending injury. That's why I always felt like he was going to get granted this, because we done seen people get granted for way less.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's something to look at because, I mean, I think it's just a tough situation like we had talked about a couple weeks ago with this. The quarterback coming in, what's his next move now? Are they going to grant him that position? And then you got to think about the other couple of quarterbacks that I think we spoke on as well. Are they going to grant them their eligibility? Starting to seem like in college football, you could basically become that professional, have that bread in your pocket, and just, be successful and not look for the NFL if you don't want to. I mean, that's what it's starting to seem like. College is the new NFL in some kind of way with this money floating around and all the eligibility that they can have.
Was this ruling from the court or was it from the NCAA?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It was in court. He took it to court. It says it was granted his eligibility, and then with him being in court for it, it's that injury, like one takes they said, him having that injury, and it was speaking something about tonsillitis, with the red shirt and everything. I don't know if with Pavia's situation, it paved the way for things like this, but I mean, being injured and playing, I think, I don't know. It's a back and forth, a topic you can have your opinion on all day long.
Hey, Moss.
Yeah.
Find who the judge is and see if he's an Ole Miss grad.
I'm glad you mentioned something about that because they said something about it was something said about something about how my boy AJ DeBansa and his agent and the BYU situation. It's so many different crazy theories about stuff like that's been going around when it comes to things like that. Trinidad Chambliss wins case amid NCAA lawyers ghosting the judge. This is Yahoo Sports Canada. that it's looking like, but it's just pulling up all different type of wow.
Well, yeah, we might have to
Hey,
revisit this on Saturday, and so we can get some more details on this
It's
thing.
so
Since
much.
it's really just now breaking today. What else was you gonna add to that
hey,
one?
hey, guess who sent the lawyer? He got the lawyer from Lane.
Wow.
Lane the one to put the lawyer on the case.
Wow.
Is he coming to LSU?
No, he ain't going to
Nah, he ain't
LSU.
going to LSU,
They
but he
got
threw the lawyer. He threw the lawyer early because he wanted him to come to LSU.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But it wasn't
okay.
looking good, so Lane had to pivot. It wasn't looking good for a little minute.
Yeah. They said the opposing counsel left the courtroom before the decision was rendered. It's been a lot. It talks about, I guess, some altercation that happened in this. It's a lot. We definitely gonna have some stuff to talk about with this Saturday once we all have a deep dive into it more. But it's definitely eye opening. From what I'm looking at and reading, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, let's get back on this combine. What do y'all think is the most important part of the combine?
Well, I think the most important part of the combine, it depends on your position, right? If you're a corner, wide receiver, you probably want to hit a home run when it comes to the 40 time. If you're a lineman, you probably want to do well in the three cone drill, 10-yard burst drills, the 225, lifting a good amount of 225. So for me, it all depends on your position. That and then of course we can't sleep on this. Your health, the best ability, availability. How does your medicals check out? So, I mean, outside of that, me personally, I'm a film guy. Like, there's been players that have been terrible, put up terrible numbers at the
Yeah.
combine, but end up being great NFL players. I give y'all one guy, Kyron Williams, running back from Notre Dame, put up terrible numbers. I think he ran like a 4.7. He's been balling out in the NFL. So more
Great.
important so to me than the combine. Yes, the combine numbers can help your draft case, but that film, man, that film just don't lie.
Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna piggyback off of you, and I agree wholeheartedly with everything you said as well. Because you, like you said, it really depends on your position. Like you said, with the health. Um, I like the 40. I like to see them guys get out there and put them jets on, man. I don't know what it is, because the guys even that's out there when 320, them big 6'8" guys, they out there moving. Them offensive tackles, them defensive ends, they move. And when you see things like that, I think that's what make me love the game, love the sports as much as we talk about it, because when you see guys in their craft doing things like that, getting out there running his 40 time, puff and win, that's special. That's definitely my thing. I love the 40 time.
Yeah, man. I'm more in agreement with Post, man. It's about what position you play. Um, like if you're a lineman, I want to see what you repping out at. Um, if you more of a skill position, receiver, running back, I'm worried about what your 40 time is. Um, receivers though, more or less your 40 time, and I want to see what your route running look like and what your hands is like. Because if you out in drill work and you dropping balls as a receiver, that's not a good sign, especially if the tape say you drop passes too, though. But all in all, as post game said, that film don't lie. Film does not lie. So I think film trumps all. But you know, you get certain things from the combine. You can learn certain things, but I think they weigh the combine performances way too heavily.
I mean, I'm gonna go with. I mean, everything that y'all said is really some good answers. I'm gonna go with just to go a different direction. I'm gonna go with the interview process. I think that's probably the most important, so they can see what the guys' character is like. Is it a high character guy? Is it somebody we're gonna have to, if we decide to draft him because he's athletic and he can play the game? Is he a guy that we're gonna have to give him a babysitter? You know, what kind of person is he? You know, I think the interview process is probably just to go a different direction than what you three did. Will probably be the highest thing on the list for me as the most important thing when it comes to the combine.
I like the fact that you said that because when you think of an interview, you got to think of I'm giving you the keys. You know, I'm giving you the ability to bring your family into this facility. You know, as they will have access to. You know, I'm allowing you to be in a room with a quarterback who we have unloads of money on, boatloads of money, so it's just so many things that you do think about. So an interview is a great thing to bring up as well. So that point, I think we've seen the NBA draft. We've seen them speak on interviews after halfway through the year. I've just seen the NBA interview. They spoke about Harper for the Spurs, seeing how he sat down as a young man, being that second pick in the NBA draft. You go back and you look at these things after the season starts in progress, and those things, can make or break you. That can be another contract brewing. It's so many things that ride on that interview. I totally agree with that. It's a good name. I'm glad you said that as well.
Hey, Diego Pavia been studying for his interviews.
I know that's right.
He done had about 10 years, no offense, Diego. But yeah, I agree, man. It's a good thing for it. So yeah, he definitely have.
Yeah, SEC Sean said the story is saying it's a 6 year of eligibility for Trinidad Chambliss, and he said the state court in Mississippi is who granted it for him. I'm anxious to read up on that story to get some more details on it, and we could talk about that on Saturday. What do y'all think is the least important part of the combine?
Two things can be true at once, fellas. And when I say that, the 40 time to me, the 40-yard dash is probably the most exciting thing to watch in the NFL draft combine process. But it probably, if you think about the wide receiver position, let's just take them for example. Look at the great wide receivers. Jerry Rice didn't have a blazing time. Anquan Bolton damn sure didn't have a blazing time. Larry Fitzgerald didn't have a blazing time. I believe the offensive rookie of the year this year for the NFL, Tetairoa McMillan, didn't have a blazing 40 time. So although the 40 time is exciting and we want to see those 4.2s, 4.3s, you don't have to run those things to be an effective pro, to even be a Hall of Famer. And there's a big difference between running a 40 and your actual game speed. There's some guys who can go run a 40-yard dash. They run in the 4.6, 4.7s. But when you turn on that field or see them on the field, they're moving like they're running 4.3s. So for me, I would say the 40 time is the most exciting, but it's probably the least.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the broad jump. Like, what does the broad jump got to do with football? I mean, that's like some track and field stuff. Like, I feel like the broad jump has nothing to do with football.
I'm with you, Zay. I couldn't think of what it was, but I'm glad you went before me. It's the same thing for me. I get it. You know, you have to be loose. You have to be, flexible. You do a lot. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I be trying to figure it out too. Maybe it's something about deflecting. I don't know, but and I see where you coming from as well, Post, when you speak on the 40 because there's for me, I was watching a Pro Bowl. I was literally so shocked at how Burrow ran for his little touchdown in the move he put on. So like a 40 time, it can make or break you. I love watching it, but like you said, it's something that can definitely be no focus until once you get on that field of play and you being you and doing what you do. So, you know, real speed is different.
I missed the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, you missed the Pro Bowl.
Man, I missed
You
a
be
lot of
working.
stuff. Sports ain't what it used to be though. I know I'll be working, but
Yeah,
it ain't like that Pro Bowl ain't what the Pro Bowl was 30 years ago.
I agree with you. I just watched the
I
highlights
know.
on YouTube. I ain't watched the actual Pro Bowl. It was more of a highlight show.
And ain't the Pro Bowl like flag football now or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
flag football, man. Texas
How my boy do?
Which one? He did pretty good.
Come on, you know what I'm about to say. You talking about which one? Come on, Mark. Don't do me like that, bro. I love
Nah,
you, man.
he did pretty
I
good. You
love
had a
you, bro.
couple QBs in there though. You had a couple QBs. They both did their thing.
Yeah, if I had to think about what is the least important part of the combine, I'm gonna have to say, hell, the quarterback's throwing those passes, man, because shit, Dylan Gabriel looked horrible as hell when he got drafted in the third round, man. And he looked like a pile of dookie shit. I was like, how does dude? I mean, he was throwing dirt balls, bro.
Yeah.
Dirt balls.
And they still
And he
picked
got
his
drafted in the third round. So I'm saying it might be the quarterbacks throwing that football at the combine. Because I couldn't believe that, man. I thought for sure he wasn't getting drafted at all.
I'm about to look that up. I'm about to see what quarterbacks.
Yeah, he looked horrible. I remember that too. He was horrible. He was absolutely horrible. Why you had Shador put on a straight show at his, but I think it was like they said that coach fell in love with him, and that combine meant nothing to him.
I remember us doing a show, and a few of us said that he performed so bad we didn't even think he was going to get drafted.
We didn't even think he was going to get drafted. You're right. One thing we said that. That's how horrible it was.
Didn't Tyler Shaw start the whole? They said, was he drafted after or before? No, he was.
Tyler Shaw was drafted.
He was before him.
He was drafted before. I think he was drafted before because he went to New Orleans, right?
Yeah, he went in the first round.
He was drafted before Shador.
Is Dylan Gabriel gonna be a bust, man? That's crazy.
Absolutely, he's too small. He's too small. There's no way. And I know I'm off the draft subject, but Kyler Murray, I pray that he gets up out of Arizona. He kill him, my boy.
Gotta go right now.
What position group are you, or do you look forward to watching at the combine?
For me, I like a few. I got my eyes on a few positions. I'll start at wide receivers. Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Malachi Fields, Makai Lemon, Denzel Boston. I personally like Carnell Tate from Ohio State out of this group, but this is an exciting group of wide receivers, and I would like to see how they perform in their measurables and whatnot, and how that helps or hurts their draft stock. The other position group I'm looking at is definitely edge rushers. David Bailey, Reuben Bain, Keldrick Falk, Zion Young, Akeem Mesidor, Cassius Howe. So I like watching those defensive ends. Those guys are usually around 245, 250 to 260 and can move just as well as the wide receivers. And I would, just for the fact that it's perceived to be a weak quarterback draft, I want to see the quarterbacks throw. I want to see if any of those guys are going to come out of nowhere and move up the draft boards, i.e., a Sawyer Robertson from Baylor.
Man, I'm not interested in seeing nobody but the quarterbacks and receivers in a 40-yard dash with everybody. Because really it's I don't know, man. Sports is different now to me. Sports is very different now to me. And like the defensive end, I love the names that you were spitting out, but like just watching them run a 3-cone drill or a shuttle drill or something, and like that don't impress me like the 40 or just quarterbacks throwing to the receivers or whatever, whatnot. That's for the GMs and the coaches and everybody down there. But we watch it because we junkies. We fiends. You know what I mean? We all some fiends. We all sports fiends, and we watch these things because one, we're used to watching them, we're programmed to watch them, and it's not entertaining. We're just used to watching it, and there ain't nothing else to watch. But I'm still gonna watch it, and when I can, because I love it. I especially love the 40-yard dash, and I like when them receivers run down that line and the balls be coming quick. I think that's dope. We don't have that type of drill like for a defensive lineman, but I love when the receivers run down that straight line. You get to see a whole lot from the receivers right there, and maybe some things that they get to see from the defensive ends that I don't know about because I'm a quarterback, so I'm just looking at that, and maybe somebody who played defensive end before say, "Hold up, you tripping, Claiborne T1, whatever they call me." But they got some drills too that's just like that, and I'm watching them, and they real. You just got to watch them. So I'm biased for my position, for my team, for my family, for my WTP sports dudes. There, I'm biased, so I ain't mad about it. Call me a homer.
I think for me, it's more just really not just one position. I kind of like everything, but I'm looking at just a specific player for South Carolina. We seen one of their players just leave, get a Super Bowl, and Nick Imanwari. So Brandon Siss out of South Carolina, one of the cornerbacks. If you go watch South Carolina throughout the season, I think he really stood out defensively. I think it could be, a big thing for South Carolina having back-to-back years with cornerbacks going in the first round, especially in the lottery. So I'm looking to see what he do. He could sort of bring that same Nick Imanwari, burning speed, just who is this guy? He could bring that same pizzazz, to the draft. So I'm definitely looking to see what he do specifically after watching what Imanwari did this year for the Seahawks. So definitely looking forward to that.
What about you, One Take?
One Tech just got a new job. He got 13 jobs now. He's busy.
He said, "Hey, look, I've been trying to." SEC Sean said, "I'm watching the punters. I'm trying to see who got that golden foot. I haven't forgot about when Parlay.
I could rock with the punters.
Listen, Sebastian Janikowski back when he was booting that left footer for the Oakland Raiders. I've been hoping we get a kicker, something like that. We had one the past few, but we miss them lately. Hope we could get this freshman, Lil Guayo. Man, I'm always locked in on some of them good feet, though.
Hey, I like now that one, the punters, I can look at because I want to see somebody punt a ball 70 yards or whatever they might do. I've never watched the punters, but I wouldn't mind seeing them. But that just makes a lot of sense,
man. If you can find a punter with a leg like that, people sleep on how that can change the game for you.
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I said. I would love it. The punters like that's somebody else. I can watch that. You know what I mean? I can watch that. Let me see who got that leg over here. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I can watch that. I wish I was able to watch every position just because I'm a junkie. I wish I could watch every position, but I can't.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the big uglies, man. I want to see those guys in the interior of the defensive line, and then I want to see all the linemen, man. I want to see what they're looking like. And if you think about the Patriots and Will Campbell, and I might be a homer but for saying this, but I guarantee you, they looked at that Super Bowl and said, "Man, we could have drafted Kelvin Banks, who balled out for the New Orleans Saints because Will Campbell, is that his name? He was getting killed in that. He was getting killed in that Super Bowl."
They was talking about it too, all over media, man. And that's one of my guys. I want him to have a bounce back. Like I want him to definitely have a bounce back season, especially after the way he performed in that Super Bowl. Because the way he performed in that Super Bowl, I was not happy with. Like I was not happy with the way he performed in that Super Bowl.
You got
Hey, y'all,
anything else
quick
for that
question.
one take?
Yeah, I just want to see the receivers, man. Uh, yeah, I think this is probably the deepest position in the draft. Um, but I don't think you can really tell nothing. I mean, unless a quarterback go out there and stink it up like we seen Gabriel do last year, I don't think it's really much you could tell from most of these positions. Like I can't tell from a tackle when I'm watching these drills. The only way I could tell about what a tackle is from their film. So, like, I mean, Will y'all were just talking about Will Campbell too. I heard Will Campbell played bad in the Super Bowl. I thought he had a decent year. You
Oh, he
know,
had a
I
Yeah,
decent
he
think
year.
they
had a
just
very good year.
He had a good year.
yeah they need to just keep on letting him get better for real. That's all. You people
But
think you're not a finished product just because you was a number 4, number 7 pick. You got to continue to get better once you get to the league.
I think also they threw some stuff at him. Like you could tell that he's ahead of his time, and I think he's going to look at the film from the Super Bowl specifically. That's going to be something that he literally. They talk about that when New England get back in that position. I think he'll be back in the Super Bowl with Drake May. I definitely feel very good about that. I just think New England is back with having Will and Drake May. They definitely could go back to the drawing board, hang out, dinner with the guys, and stuff like that. Definitely.
New England wasn't even supposed to be in the Super Bowl.
I know, and that's what I'm
So
saying. Like
they
this,
had such an amazing year that really
yeah,
you can't say nothing about that team, about a player or how they played. If that player was on a field, that
yeah,
player helped them get to the Super Bowl. So and then we talk about is Campbell a rookie?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So like no, he just had the best year of a lot of rookies of his life. You know what I mean? Went all the way to the Super Bowl, and the Texans, he just came out the CFP playoffs and all of that. So, man, he got the best running experience that he could possibly have. He went as far as you could possibly go, but him and his team just didn't get it. So, you know, however he played, he got the experience that he needed that's going to elevate him in the way that this New England Patriots team is playing. Like it's up from here. I respect this team. I respect that Super Bowl team more than I respected any of those New England Patriot Super Bowl teams by far.
All right, all right. Is there one or two players that you are looking forward to or interested in to see how they do in this NFL combine?
Cardinal Tate. And for real, and y'all could call me a homer, but for real, he ain't even really got to be at the combine. He really could be like, y'all already know what I'm about to bring. You already know with the homies that came before me, and everybody already know he first round, top 5, 10, or whatever, whatnot. But I just want to see him go out there and just show just how elite these Ohio State receivers are. I don't even know if Marvin Harrison Jr. at the combine.
No.
Was Ibuka at the combine?
No.
I don't know. I don't. Was he?
I think he was.
Ibuka might
Was he?
I think Ibuka was.
Like, was he? Okay. I don't remember, but just for. Go ahead. There you go, my guy. And that's why I be missing you, Zay, because guess what? You be doing your homework. I be too busy. You young. You still be in school doing your stuff. You be coming with the Ohio State facts. And that's why I'm mad that you always be gone, because I come on here and I be talking and I ain't got no facts because I ain't did no homework. The dog ate it.
Yeah, they did pro day. They didn't do combine. They did interviews and stuff.
Exactly. Like they didn't go do what everybody else did.
Yeah.
I thought I knew my stuff, Zay, and that's why you better stop playing, man, because you be helping me out. We be having subjects and stuff, and you be coming in with the stats, and I'll be like, yeah, you're backup dancer, boy. Let's go.
Hey T, I was in therapy, man. I was getting
I
my
feel
mind
you.
right.
Hey, listen here, man. I'm in therapy right now. You hear me? So it's all good, and I feel you. I feel you, but that's why we gotta make sure that we keep God first. As long as you got God first, nobody can touch you, and everything will be all right. And it don't matter what you're gonna do.
Now that's facts.
Big facts.
For sure,
Come
fellas.
on, y'all. Hey, guess something I learned, y'all. Guess something that I learned. We can't be having silent time. Somebody got to come in. Somebody got to come in when it get like silent, like that 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, all of that shit. Oh, excuse my language. But somebody got to come in. We can't have that's dead air. And we gonna be on that professional level. You know what I mean? We kicking it up. Our numbers is good. Everybody rocking. So it's just a little thing that we got to make sure that we get and stay up on top of us. And we have so many people in here where somebody got to know once that baby get past 1.5 seconds or 2 and ain't nobody said nothing, somebody got to say something. We can't have no dead air. They said dead air is bad for anybody trying to do this right here. Them WTP sports dudes, one thing we do know is that we definitely the best in the city around here. We most consistent, all of that. Can't nobody hold us. So, we just going to keep on making this thing do what it do. Yeah, we can't have no dead air, though, y'all.
Talk about it. What's your thoughts on this one, post game? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, so 2 players I'm interested to see how they test in the NFL Combine is Ruben Bain and Arvell Reese. I want to see that.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. Don't leave. You can't say Reese without saying Styles because he's a freak of nature, too. Both of these linebackers are freaks. They're 6'3", 6'4". I'm waiting to see that 40 times. Like, they have both of them going in the first round, but I ain't mean to step on your toes, though, with my homerism, since y'all always want to call me a homer. So I'll put it out there. Y'all know I don't care. But, hey, we got both of those linebackers, their size, their athleticism, their strength, and the program they went to. I like that. I like that you put that out there post game. You always working that post, man. Might be the mid, might be deep. You might be 2 feet away from the basket, man. Appreciate you, post. You always, post. It's like you always throw me alley oops. Post always throw me alley oops, and that's why I rock with Post. Post always throw me something good to come back with. That's why I rock with you, and I can't wait to meet you personally, bro.
Oh yeah.
Wherever it is, man. It might be in Indy, it might be in but I can't wait to meet you personally, man. Just have you over here, but I can just tell you're a cool dude, and I like cool dudes. Everybody here, cool dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
We them
appreciate
dudes.
that, T1. I appreciate that to the fullest, and I am super excited to meet each and every last one of y'all. And Moss, don't think I forgot about our little rendezvous on the court, buddy.
Man, listen here, man. I'm telling you, I'm chilling so tough. When my basketball game come back, I'm gonna be back. Let's think about what KD been doing since he left that finals game, just on his scoring and his averages. I'm gonna be like that. They say back like cook crack, but I ain't cooking. I'm gonna be hooping, and it's gonna be from deep. And we shooting three balls, man. I'm telling you, I'm thirsty to get back on that court, man. I've been hungry for it, and I think it's gonna be meant for us to do it in that sense of us, when we together. It's gonna be for the right time and all for the right reasons, man. I can't wait for it. I think Arvell Reese, man, he's not a homer in this draft. I'm looking forward myself to see what he do. I'm gonna piggyback off post with Bane, but I think one that nobody's going to talk a lot about is that offensive tackle that Miami has that's going to the draft. I think he's special. I think we talk about Will Campbell. I think him and Will Campbell will be two tackles that we talk about 5 years from now, really being the best in their time together, being in the NFL. And when I say together, just playing in that, in the NFL at that position, being the elite players in what they do, and I just like the way that guy plays, man. He's a heck of a blocker for Miami, and NFL is waiting to have him. I'm sure GMs are salvaging right now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Jalen Gilbo does from Texas. I didn't expect him to get an invite to the combine, but he did. And he did not have the best of season this past season. And he started for 2 years, once at the star position, which is guarding the slot receiver. This time he was on the outside. He did not have a really good season. So I'm hoping that he can improve his draft stock, because right now he's probably a 6th, 7th round player, and also want to see what Michael Tabb does. Really, really smart guy, but he might not have the athleticism that you might look for at the safety position. So I'm hoping he could go out there and improve his draft stock as well. I'm only going to focus on those Texas guys for right now, because they're the most, those are the ones I want to see do something. The rest of those guys that's out there, like Arvell Reese, all them guys, I already know what them dudes can do. They've already done it. So I know they're elite. These guys had some little fall-offs this past season, so I want to see if they could improve at the combine and improve their draft stock. So I'm going with those two.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at 3 receivers. Chris Bell out of Louisville, who I think got the talent and the size to probably come out and be one of the best receivers in this draft. Denzel Boston, I want to see how he run, because I think if he can run a good enough 40 time, he could be the first receiver taken off the board.
Not to cut you off, Zay. Where you know whose kid that is, right? That's one of your boys.
That's David Boston's son.
Yeah, you gotta talk about that, FanDuel. He out there catching the ball like his daddy.
Who did he play for?
He played for Washington.
He out there. He a monster.
Yeah. And then the last receiver I'm looking forward to seeing out there is Zachariah Branch. I want to see how his hands and his route running look out there, because as speed wise, if you could find a way to utilize somebody like that in the NFL, he could be a game changer. And then I got one guy that I got a keen eye on, Tacario Davis, the corner from Washington, 6'4", long. I think he could possibly be one of the best corners out of this draft too. So I'm interested to see how he tests, because somebody gonna snatch him in the 2nd or 3rd round, I think, and I think it's gonna be a sneaky good get.
A 6'4" corner, 3rd round.
Yeah. Hey T1, both of
them. I'm taking you up in there just off of your size. If he's 6'4", If he can give me a 4.5 or a 4.6, he can give me a 4.6.
Yeah.
That buddy's in there.
And we remember when you spoke about Kobe Bryant at Kansas, I think these corners is going to be something special in this draft because they got that elite height, but they body build and the receivers. I like that, and I'm gonna definitely look at that, man. I think the skill positions, athleticism is definitely there. I don't know, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this 40 this year, man, for sure. And I'm glad you mentioned Boston's son. Go ahead, Post.
No, if I'm a defensive coordinator and I play a lot of zone, I'm making sure I get that kid.
Yeah.
So 6'4" corner dropping in the zone.
Man, that's super.
Man, that's almost like illegal.
You out there catching alley-oops on a football field.
But you got to remember.
Washington had 2 6'4" corners last year that started opposite of each other.
Oh wow!
They've been.
Listen here, though, y'all. Listen here. You have to remember when you have a player of that size at that position, there's a huge chance that he could move to safety.
Yeah.
Just to let y'all know, because he's bigger than everybody. And he has the speed to track balls down and things like that. So I could definitely see a 6'4" corner being played at that safety position.
Man. Whew.
Do y'all think the
especially on the team who already has corners? Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah, no, you good, you good. Do y'all think the combine is more important than the school's pro day?
Easily. I think the combine.
Yeah, because everybody's there.
Right. The combine is easily more important just because of what T1 just expressed. Everybody's there. You're in an NFL stadium in Indianapolis. All the guys you're competing with, for the most part, are competing right with you. When you do your pro day, it's all familiar. You're at your school, likely, your friends, your buddies, your teammates, your coaches.
Your quarterback, bro.
Exactly.
You got your quarterback. You're comfortable. I want to see how you are outside of your environment.
100%. And so to me, it's a big difference. The NFL Combine is definitely more important than your pro day. Now, your pro day allows you. Let's just say if you slip up at the combine, you maybe didn't run the 40 you wanted to run. Your school pro day gives you a chance to make up for that. But definitely the NFL Combine is more important.
I guess we all got the same take on that.
Nothing to add.
That's what I was about to say. The combine for me, I think it's the same agreements. I think, with everybody being there, you want to put that show on. You want to go out there and let this GM, let these bosses know why you want to be, a part of their organization, not knowing where you're going, but you want to make sure you leave that imprint in the right way. Pro day, like you said, familiarity with the same faces you've been around for a few years. You've been through that development. They know you, you know them. It's kind of like a normal day of practice, but that combine, all eyes on you, everybody locked in. You hearing the oohs and ahs, you got the cameras flashing. That combine is it. It's legit. That's when life get real in the NFL, when that combine hit.
Pro day, OJ, MJ, Buckeyes by 17.
Is that to start the season against the Longhorns? Because we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
It's all good. I don't care who was playing. It just sounds good. Y'all know me. Sometimes I just talk just to talk. That's why I ain't got a voice right now.
That's like great work you doing for City League TV, man. Catching all them great bangers on the high school level.
Hey y'all, but look, on some other stuff. Like I have an interview tomorrow with I gotta remember to wear some City League stuff tomorrow. I have an interview tomorrow with the theater teacher over at Eastmore. And I'm trying to get it ain't just sports, man. I'm trying to get the city to come and see what these young kids are doing. Like I did it for the first time last year, and I went to the stage plays at Eastmore and Afrocentric, and I mean, I promise y'all, I thought I was at the Ohio Theater. So, like, if y'all can get y'all a date for one of these days, and man, it's a beautiful date night. You know what I mean? Go catch something to eat, and then go catch the show at it probably start at 6 or 7. It's like going to the Ohio Theater or the Palace or something, man. It's crazy.
Send me the date as long as I'm off. I honestly,
I will. I got, like I said, I had the interview tomorrow. We got the interview tomorrow, so
I definitely
you know.
want to do that, man. If I got that day off, you could take my promise from here. I'm at that play with you. I was watching it last year. I think it's something
Well, I'm
special.
gonna be on the date. You ain't gonna be with me. I'll be on the date. So you better take somebody with you. We can sit by each other.
I go chill, man. I ain't gonna be like the old school '90s movies where you with your date and I'm next to. Nah, you do you. I'm gonna chill and enjoy the play because you know me, I'm chilling.
But hold up, my Buckeyes play tonight. See how far it's a halftime. Ooh, they just dunked on us. Or who's what the? Or maybe that was something else. That's the NBA. So maybe that was something else. I'm so far out the loop. I ain't even seen my Buckeyes. My Buckeyes just played USC yesterday. I know that, but I ain't get to see none of it, man. I'll be out here every day of the week for City League. I work as a teacher, and then I get out and go do City League. Like I said, I got in early tonight, so I'm glad that I was able to join my homies, man. My WTP sports dudes live here on YouTube, man. I miss y'all. When I'm not here, don't think that I ain't thinking about y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know.
Sure.
I'm just working. Yeah, I know. Y'all know I'm just working because, we've already had these conversations about what this podcast gonna do and, what we doing out here. So it's all good. I'm just glad that y'all still doing and holding it down like No said we were supposed to do. So it's all good. 2, 3, God, dog. 2 seconds. Come on, y'all.
One take. What's your thoughts on that one? You got the combine. You got pro day.
Yeah, it's the combine. You know what I mean? You at the own conference of your own coaches at the pro day. It's too many variables that they control and kind of you dealing with different people at the combine.
So let me ask this. So did they disrespect what Shador did at his pro day since he didn't participate in the combine? Did they disrespect it because they said he made every throw? I think he only had like maybe 1 or 2 incompletions, and then they said he put the ball where it needed to be and whatever and whatnot. Like, so did they disrespect his pro day? Because they was talking good about him after the pro day. They was like, "Hey, he killed it."
Politics.
Yeah.
Collusion.
I mean, we know. I know. I just want to hear somebody other than myself, you know what I mean, talk about, what really, really went down last year.
Yeah,
but he actually has a coach now that actually likes him. It's the coach that was at Baltimore. He said, "We wanted you, bro. Or at least I wanted you. They wasn't messing with you. I'm glad they got me up out of there." Now he got him, and let's see what happens, man. I want to see what receiver is there waiting on Cleveland, because Cleveland actually has to take that top receiver at number 5, who's ever there. They have to get him. They have to get a receiver, and then y'all can go figure everything else out after that. They need and it's quite a few really, really nice receivers coming out here in this year's draft. So they have to get one of those top guys, and if they can get that Buckeye, that's great. But man,
you gotta save that because we gonna get to that later.
Oh, we getting that? My fault, man. See, I ain't did my homework. Thanks, bro, for catching me.
No, you good.
Well, I'm gonna go a different direction than y'all, man. I'm gonna say it's the pro day. They get an opportunity for whoever's interested in those particular players. They're going to be there. in their environment and they get to see how comfortable these guys are in their environment and get to see them work out and do what they gonna do. And I like the pro day. I'm gonna take the pro day over the combine for that very reason. Anybody that's interested in you is gonna show up to see you do what you do, and you got an opportunity to show them a second time if you got to do it at the combine as well. So I'm gonna go with the pro day. I think my man SEC Sean said the same thing. He said the pro day is more important if you don't have a good combine. And we've
Yeah.
seen that happen quite a few times to quite a few players when it comes to them not doing well in the combine, but they go to their pro day and do a lot better. Let's turn our attentions now to the NFL draft. And what is it about the NFL draft that excites you the most?
Definitely that chime.
That right there. That right there.
That's legendary.
That right there. That excites it, man.
But I would say just the fact that I'm sort of a sports nerd, in particular a football nerd. So the team building aspect of the NFL draft, I want to see which direction each team is going. Or will they take a tackle first? Will they take a quarterback? Will they pass on a quarterback? What are they going to do with the latter picks in the NFL draft? So it's the team building that excites me each and every draft, and that's why I pay close attention and watch because I want to see what my team is doing, what our opponents are doing, conference members, division members, the whole nine. I want to see which team makes a mistake and moves up in the top 10 and takes a quarterback, but the quarterback doesn't hit. So for me, it's all about the team building aspect of the NFL draft.
Man, it's something you mentioned that because I don't think I realized how much, and I'm a piggyback in the same exact answer because I thought about how I spoke about the Carolina Panthers, and see which type of, they made a full 360 and they did just that in the draft would transpire into the off season. So I'm gonna go with the same thing in team building. Of course, seeing what your own team do if they can move up, depending on where they at, if they're in that lottery, if they could get a top player. But I think the same thing, building around that what you need, what can be added to make your team better, go to that next level, or improve on something that could possibly put you in a position that can make you not great, but put you on top. So I think that's something I totally look at as well.
Man, I need my Buccaneers. I'm looking at my Buccaneers. We need to infuse talent on that defense, bro. That defense didn't have no pass rush. We got guys getting beat everywhere. We need to get younger at linebacker. We need to draft all defensive players in the first 3 or 4 rounds. That's it. That's all I need. That's the only thing I care about in this draft. Is what do my Buccaneers do? Do they make the right picks?
Yeah, for me, man, what we did last year when we all got together and we planned on this to lay out the NFL draft, we all did a mock draft and we were trying to figure out what players were going to go where. And we kept track of how many of them we got right, which is really hard to do. It's really, really hard to do because you never know how those first set of chips are going to fall. Um, but that excitement, man, really changed the game for me when it came to the NFL draft. Just being able to get more familiarized with all of the players who could possibly go in the first round because you're looking at about 50 guys and you're thinking to yourself, man, this team has this need, but this player is left on the board and he's probably the best available option and they could use this guy too, even though they need this particular dude, but they go in a different direction. all of that, the thrill of all of that kind of stuff really kind of changed the NFL draft for me when we did what we did last year. So for me, it's being able to look at who you think is going to be projected to go in the first round and doing an actual mock draft is what excites me about the NFL draft as a whole.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That was fun, man. Like
That was super fun, bro.
that
That was
was, and I don't like. I think that was the first time ever being up that long for the draft in a long time. Like when we did that, like I just did a lot more studying. It was definitely fun, man. I can't wait till we do it this year.
yes, sir. The Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, and Giants have the first five picks. Can any of them trade up or trade down? Or will any of them? Can you see any of them trading up or trading down or
Mm.
trading back? Rather?
Yeah, I can see the Titans trading back. The Titans because you know we all think that Mendoza is going number one, right?
Yep.
So at number two, if somebody really fall in love with something that they need and they could possibly get a cornerstone, like let's say a Arvell Reese, if the Titans get a handsome enough deal, they can move back and gather a couple more picks and still find multiple pieces to build their program because they need the Titans need so much that I don't think if you miss out on a prospect like Arvell Reese, who kind of, let's be honest, lacked a little bit of production, are you willing to take that risk and that gamble based off of the measurables and just what you see with your eyes and the build of the player? Because for me, if I'm at two and I'm looking at Arvell Reese and I'm the Titans, but somebody come to me and tell me we could swap first round picks and they give me a second round pick and maybe a third round pick to add to that, I'm coming up off of that just because I know I need so much talent infused into this roster, and the production just wasn't there for me for Arvell. Arvell should have had a more monster. Now that's not a knock on Arvell. I think that was more of a knock on the coaching because we didn't weaponize him enough this year. But I definitely think it's always offers. It's always offers that you can't refuse.
Agreed.
So, I mean, I think the fact that this is a quarterback rich draft, you probably won't see much movement. But I agree with one take that if there's one team, it might be the Titans, given if they're given, a deal where they can make multiple picks and get some defensive help or some help for their young quarterback. I can see the Titans moving around, willing and dealing. But if this was a quarterback rich draft, I could see multiple teams moving up. But the fact that it's not, if the Raiders take Mendoza, I wouldn't be surprised if those teams held pack and just took the players that they wanted to take because defensive help, you can get a lot of that in those first few picks. Offensive tackle, if you need that, it's there for you. But outside of the Titans, the Cardinals are a wild card. The Jets are a wild card as well. Because I mean, do they fall in love with a quarterback that isn't projected to go as high and do something crazy? Or it might turn out to be something smart in hindsight and move up and take a quarterback. But outside of that, man, I don't see much movement. The Titans could trade their pick and get multiple picks. I would like to see them do that, seeing as though they need a lot of help in different areas.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's the Titans. I think they want to make sure they're doing what they want and need to do with this draft. Like you said, being the fact that you like to see teams balance out what they need post game. I think the Titans are doing just that. We knew they wanted Cam Ward, but leading up to the draft, it was that thought: will people trade back? Will teams trade back? What is the Titans going to do? The Titans showed everybody we gonna get our future quarterback. And now I think you're about to see Tennessee make moves to get their future wide receiver, future defensive back, possibly, and fill all those positions for the future. And if you see, I think some teams need to take a look at Carolina's book. They literally drafted an off season. I think that was, if you think about the last couple of years, they did great. You can't get no better than what they did, especially with the way the situation was at quarterback for Bryce Young, having Dalton backed up. I think the Titans stepped back and they the team to trade up.
Yeah, I think outside of the Raiders, the other four teams could possibly move back. I think all four of them, you're talking about the Jets, you're talking about the Cardinals, the Titans, and the Giants, they all need some significant help on their teams. And I think that they should be thinking about next year's draft and the draft after that if they could compile some picks, much like Cleveland did, because they're going to get 2 picks in this first round this year. They should be thinking along those lines, especially the Titans. Now, the Titans need a lot. I mean, they need a lot. So they definitely should be thinking about that because they should be thinking about not just only this year trying to get some additional picks, but also trying to do something this year to get some additional picks for next year. So they're definitely first on my list because I'm a Titans fan, and that's what I would like to see them do since we already, I believe, have our quarterback situation in decent shape, even though Cam Ward didn't have, he didn't, his season wasn't horrible. I've seen some great things out of Cam Ward. I'm excited to have him as our quarterback. And I think going forward, he's going to get better and better and better each year. But by his third year, I want them to have all the other pieces at least forming in the shape so that they can be in much better shape. But I think the other three teams need to be doing that as well outside of the Raiders because I think they're going to be forced to have to get Mendoza this year. What are the chances that the first 3 picks all take a quarterback? The Raiders, the Jets, and the Cardinals.
Extremely slim. I don't think and I don't think I'm alone when I say this. I don't think it's a great year for the quarterback position. There are even some who question Fernando Mendoza as the first overall pick. Um, Ty Simpson, Drew Aller, Garrett Nussmeyer. I don't like any of those guys in the first round. Um, that's why I'm so excited to see the quarterbacks and the quarterbacks go through the process because I really
Hmm.
like Sawyer Robertson from Baylor and I want to see if he's able to improve his draft stock. I don't think it'll go through the roof to where he's picked in the top 5, but I think there's a slim to none chance you see the first 3 picks be quarterbacks with these teams knowing that next season's quarterback class, that's the class you want to be picking from.
Yeah, same for me. Go ahead, Zay.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm 0%. Like if we see 3 quarterbacks go in the first 3 picks this year, we need to fire a lot of these GMs because now you're reaching for sure. It be reaches here and there, but like this will be a for sure reach this year. It's just not that. It's not that in the quarterback position group this year.
Now, I just think about the quarterback we just had take a team undefeated, a couple years back, Big Ten, talked about prominent quarterback they thought got ready for the NFL. Now it's talks about is he going to have a plan for the NFL in the future? Talking about J.J. McCarthy, another Big Ten quarterback, Mendoza, give me thoughts of is he ready for the NFL? Is he ready for this next level? Some quarterbacks are just college quarterbacks. Not that he can't be great. I'm not disrespecting the kid, but I just don't think that quarterback should be drafted in his first 3. I think you more so to see a trade for another quarterback because there's been a lot of some quarterbacks that's been on teams for years, like a Lamar Jackson and other quarterbacks that's been in trade talks that they're having. So I don't think they should. chances are slim, in my opinion. It'll be crazy if they do.
Yeah, if I'm all three of these teams, if I'm the GM, I'm not picking a quarterback at all. I'm not picking Mendoza in the first with this first pick or the second pick or the third pick. I'm going to wait and take my chances on somebody else later on, maybe in the second round, to see if maybe I could get this guy developed. Because I think there's some other quarterbacks out there that has the same, probably the same level of talent as Mendoza. I don't think I would pick any of them with a first pick for sure, or second or third. I would wait and I will get something else and try to get some other picks for. But I definitely cannot see all three of them getting a quarterback. It's just not a quarterback laden draft. So we definitely know that that's not going to happen. If it does, man, like One Take Zay said, some GMs need to get their heads chopped off. Well, fired. Not literally get their heads chopped off, people, but they need to get fired.
Get fired. Yeah, it's crazy.
The
I
Browns
want
have,
to. I want to say now, I think y'all are completely wrong about Mendoza. I really do. I mean, did we just not witness this man have probably one of the greatest seasons we ever seen outside of Joe Burrow? I
no,
mean,
we didn't.
we got to think in recent memory.
JJ McCarthy.
No, we did not.
No, JJ McCarthy did nothing Mendoza did.
He went undefeated, bro. And he took the Michigan Wolverines, bro.
Mendoza has some. He has some splash plays down the stretch in some games, making some beautiful throws. But he has some games there where he was not. He wasn't stellar, bro. He was not stellar. So
We all have those games. We all have those days.
Joe Burrow didn't have one of those games.
Yeah. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but he
Had
also had two of the top 10 receivers on his team in the NFL.
That is true. But I think most of us on this channel even said that his stats to win the Heisman was the weakest stats we've seen from a quarterback who won the Heisman probably ever.
I can give you that. I can give you that.
Probably ever.
like it's crazy that like you got me thinking like, is it a college quarterback that had better year that like do they have to win the national championship to have a better year than him? Like that would be the question. Like, cause yeah, I think you do and you don't, depending on it's crazy because you'll have your opinion back and forth on that. Just my opinion, I think he's a great college quarterback. I think it'll take him a couple years in the NFL, but I don't know. I thought highly on JJ McCarthy, and right now, I don't know. You
Let,
know,
let, let me ask y'all this question before we move on. I'm sorry. I want to ask y'all this, though. Do y'all think Cam Ward was a better prospect?
Yes.
hell yeah. I
Then
take Cam Ward.
Mendoza?
Like,
Oh yeah.
man, Cam Ward is bro.
The
If he
thing,
had weapons in Tennessee, they'd be in the playoffs.
yeah, Cam Ward, he just got Cam Ward. His arm talent is just on another level,
Yeah,
and his ability to move. But the thing I like Fernando Mendoza, but I think looking at his season, and he had a great season, is not a knock. We really splitting hairs, but his biggest games kind of came against his easier opponents. Kennesaw, he goes 18 for 25, 4 touchdowns. Uh, Indiana State, 19 for 20, 275 touchdowns. As opposed to the championship game against Miami, 16 for 27, 186 yards passing, 0 touchdowns. But I mean, he did destroy Oregon. I give him that. But I just think, man, when you compare number one picks, when we say this quarterback is number one, we're gonna take this quarterback number one overall, right? And it's not Fernando's fault, but when you compare him to the other number one quarterbacks, I just think he's one of the weaker ones. That's all.
right. And then you can always say like with him being in the same conference, played against him, we know, but he's a freshman. Your true freshman saying another year with saying go out and perform, that same way. Like it's so many ways back and forth. Like, because me, quarterback in the Big Ten was saying, I mean, I think he was the best quarterback in the Big Ten. I know people gonna judge that game and whatnot. Up until that point, people were saying Sands the Heisman, hands down, even before Indiana won. So just because that game, I understand a lot more when you say that game. With us talking about what we talking about when you think of the draft and stuff like that. Because if Sands coming out in this same draft, you taking Mendoza or you taking Sand because of the upside. Like that's going to be, you know what I mean? So you really can think about those things when you talking about this. It's something that we could really look at now with this draft coming up too.
Yeah, hey, I respect all y'all's opinions, but intangibles matter to me. And I seen a tough ass kid. That's
Yeah.
one thing I seen. And teams get behind guys like him. And that's one thing I know.
100%.
Well,
He definitely got
1,000%.
some strengths, and those what you just spoke on is definitely a strength of his.
I mean,
100%.
he could be a quarterback to go to, to the area over there where it's sunny at, Arizona. I mean, you just never know. This is the NFL, so I mean, wishing him luck in every way, man. That's one thing for sure. And like you said, he is a strong kid, but everybody gonna get that welcome to the NFL hit.
Yeah.
Thing.
The Browns have 2 first-round picks, the 6th and the 24th. If you're the GM, what direction do you go with those 2 picks?
If I'm the Browns and I'm picking at 6 and 24, I would love to see Carnell Tate go to Cleveland. If Carnell Tate makes it the 6, I think the Browns have to draft him. Given Shador Sanders, a 6'3", close to 200-pound wide receiver like that, which all these draft guys rave about Carnell Tate's tape. His tape is really good. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm looking at a wide receiver. If I'm gonna move on with Shador, he definitely needs another a number one wide receiver, and that guy for me would be Carnell Tate. And then 24th, I mean, I would like to add a second offensive piece to surround Shador, but at that point, I probably would go best player available. But definitely that 6th pick, I'm definitely looking at the wide receiver position, especially if Carnell Tate is sitting there.
I agree with you. I'm going. Yeah, I like Carnell Tate. I was going to say, why not load up with Shador? Because I think if you look at Cleveland this past season, only thing they really was missing was the offensive weapons. So why not load him up with those offensive weapons and let Myles Garrett and his defense, have fun and go out here and, get this organization back into a way of what they not used to, I would say, of course, but, get them going in a different direction, for the future. And I think that's why they have Shador there. Myles Garrett, is so many people that speak highly about him. So I think get him a couple wide receivers, get him the offensive weapons he needs.
Yeah, at 6, regardless of if any receiver has coming off the board yet, I would actually go with Chris Brazell from Tennessee at 6. I think he fits Shador a little better than Carnell would. 6'5", more of a deep threat. We know Shador trying to push the ball down the field. Honestly, I like him though paired up with Shador more than a more intermediate type of guy in Carnell Tate. 24 though, you got to go offensive line. Maybe if a Caden Proctor is around, the other tackle from Utah, not named Fano, if he's around, you got to look in that tackle spot, or maybe if one of the best 2 guards is available, you got to look at that spot. somewhere on that offensive line though. But Chris Brazil, if he there on the board, I would definitely take him if I was Cleveland.
Yeah, for me at 6, I'm going with an offensive lineman at that number 6 spot, and then I'm going with a wide receiver at 24. I'm gonna go in the opposite direction of what you did one take there. I'm gonna go O line early, and then get me a wide receiver at 24.
I think they can. I think he gonna get the kid from Miami for some reason.
Are you talking about the guy on the right side or the big tall dude on the left side?
That big, like he's 6'8", like the big.
Oh yeah, the tall dude on the left side.
Big
Left side.
Darcy brother.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's is it Manu? It's
Oh no,
like
he on the
some,
right side, Mossberg. That's the
yeah,
right. That's the right. He's the right guard or right tackle.
Zay, go watch some highlights of him. Zay, you're
He's,
gonna be like,
he's
oh,
good,
yeah,
bro. I like him. I
that
like
boy's
him.
that boy's a beast. I don't know if he coming out this year or next year, but they do got him on both sides. But I like watching how he like his technique, his strength, and like he don't like he got good sportsmanship, but he gonna sit you on your butt and help you out sometimes getting up. But he's just a pure dog, man.
Yeah, he was their best lineman. The
Yeah,
one you're talking about, he was their best lineman. Not the dude on the left though. That the big tall guy, he can get beat sometimes.
yeah.
Should the team you root for go heavy on the defense, offense, or balance it out in this draft?
Defense.
Well, my Colts don't have a first round pick this season, so they'll be picking, outside of the first round, obviously. But I would like for my Colts maybe address offensive line, maybe still an offensive line. Chris Ballard, our GM, is really good at finding guys in the later rounds, and they end up being stars. So their scouting department is pretty good. I would like them to get some help on the offensive line, maybe some linebacker help in Indianapolis. I think we can sew up those things and stay healthy. Indianapolis has a good chance of being a playoff team this season. But I would say offensive line, linebacker, and maybe receiver if we can't get Michael Pittman back. So those are the things I would like to see the Colts address.
I'm looking forward to Cincinnati getting some defense. I think the only thing we need is defense. Particularly, I'm looking at the linebacker department and the cornerback position. I think when it comes to having a cornerback like we had in Taylor from Pittsburgh a few years back and how he played in the nickel, we were missing that. Defensively, the middle of the field was open. So having that linebacker, having that cornerback that could kind of move around, study the game a little more and know what's going on with the offensive team to where he could better communicate. So I like for us to have a shutdown corner and a linebacker. I think our defense just need some retooling, hit the free agency pool, and make some things shake, man. Because if Cincinnati get a defense, I think the NFL is in trouble.
Defense. We need more defense. We need a defense after our defense. We need defense, bro. Everything needs to be defense in this draft. I'm tired of it. I'm seeing McCollum get beat. I'm seeing that, man. Everybody getting beat. Everybody. And then we getting old. We had zero pass rush. Zero. It was non-existent. Like that can't happen, man. And we still almost won the division. Man, they got to go 5 rounds straight defense. I don't want to see not one offensive player drafted unless it's a lineman, because you always need more linemen.
Right.
Yeah, and the impressive thing, Zay, about your Buccaneers was they dealt with a laundry bag full of injuries.
Yeah.
We can't get a break, Post. I'm telling you, this is 2 years in a row. I'm telling you.
You better off getting the Kit Kat. It's the only break you go, man. It's crazy, man. I think that derailed y'all's season for real, man. Like if y'all was healthy, Zay, I really felt y'all could win the NFC, no question about it. I think y'all was just the way y'all was playing. Mike Evans being hurt, y'all's rookie still playing great. Mayfield was on his way to an MVP season. He had an injury that nagged him, and that's just it. So I agree with you with the defense. I see what you mean too.
Yeah, as horrible as the Titans' defense was, I think they should go heavy on the offensive side of the ball and defensively address what they need to address in free agency. I think that they allow some players on that defense to get away the year before that they probably should have kept on that defense, but I guess they wanted to free up some space money wise. Hopefully, they're going to do that this year and get the players in place on the defensive side of the ball, but they need to go heavy on the offensive side of the ball in this draft because if you're going to draft a quarterback like Cam Ward, you got to put the toys around him that he's going to need in order to be successful. So I'm going offensive side of the ball heavily for my Tennessee Titans. Who is the best player in this draft class on your draft board, on your big board?
Offense or defense, or just one, or both?
Just you can do both, or you can do one, or you can do it however you want.
I'm a I'm a I'm gonna say the offensive guy for me would be Jeremiah Love. I don't throw around generational talent a lot, but in this case, I believe Jeremiah Love is a generational running back, and if he ends up with the right team, i.e., a Kansas City, I think he's going to do tremendous things in the NFL. With just off based off his athletic ability, his durability, you get him with Andy Reid, he's going to be really special. Defense, I want to see Arvell Reese's measurables. I want to see him run the 40. I want to see his reps. I want to see his three cone drill because, from what I believe, he's an athletic freak. So I'm excited to see the type of numbers he posts. Those two players to me are on top of the board. Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame, and Arvell Reese, linebacker Ohio State.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just going to do one player. And the best football player in this draft is Caleb Downs, hands down. I don't even really think it's close. I think if he was at a more prevalent position, he'd be the number one pick overall. Or if they thought safeties was prevalent, I think he'll be the number one pick. He's just overall, to me, the best football player in this draft.
I'm really looking forward to my guy from Miami. I don't know what it is about him, man. Francis, I hope I say this right. Francis Mauigoa. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's his name. I don't know. I just think when you think about quarterbacks, you know how it is for them protecting the quarterback. Watching how I think we're gonna see the last type of performance from Will Campbell like that. I think these offensive linemen are something to look at. 6'5", 300 plus, about 330. Once you get that NFL workout, just start to stretch his body out and work out. It's like you're gonna be dealing with a chiseled specimen on the field, and I think he's just the perfect kid to come in and be that. So I'm looking forward to Francis to see what he brings to the table when it comes to this draft. I just like this kid.
Yeah, I'm going with Caleb Downs as well, man. I feel like once he gets to the team that he's going to be on, he has a chance to be a Bob Sanders, a Blaine Bishop,
Yeah.
Ed Reed, Earl Thomas. He has an opportunity to be a game changing safety that a defensive coordinator can use in so many different ways, man, to affect the game from the defensive side of the ball, man. We saw what Eamon Worry did this year. I think that Caleb Downs can be a chess piece like that for whoever drafts him. I'm going with Caleb Downs, man. His intellect, his skill level, his ability to be able to tackle in the open field, to be able to cover guys. He just can do everything from the safety position, man. And I think that he is undoubtedly the number one player in this draft.
I agree as well. Like I just like that kid from Miami. I figured, somebody as far as a maybe T1 as well. I knew Caleb Downs would be one. Specifically, man, he's definitely a sure talent. I'm looking to see what he do, in this NFL first game on the field defensively. When he make a hit, everything, man. I'm definitely locked in to see what this kid do because it's for you to leave a program like Alabama, regardless of what people say. You leave a program at Alabama, that's a 5-star program. You go to Ohio State, you bring that same intensity and you stay I mean, you continue to do things. And I just think this is going to be a Sean Taylor that they didn't get to see of their time. I know you mentioned so many greats, WTP for life. I'm going to say Caleb Downs is going to be the Sean Taylor of this generation because they didn't get to be blessed and seeing Sean Taylor's greatness. Rest in peace that he brought to this world of football.
Hey, my comp to him is Troy Polamalu.
I mean, you can't go wrong. Either one, man. Either or,
Good
man.
comp.
That's whew. Damn, Jose. Jose. Man, there's so many greats out there at that safety
Jet
position.
Life says Down, Styles, or Bang. Those are all good choices too.
It's good to see you in here, Jet Life. Jet Life. Isn't he a Miami Hurricane fan?
Man, we Buckeyes in my family, but I don't know what you talking about.
Oh, no, I wasn't for sure because we be having so many comments. I know somebody came in and was a Miami fan one time.
Hey, it's Buckeyes all through and through. You hear me? Buckeyes.
I got you.
We got that application for you still.
Look, he said OH. It's good to see you in here, man. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to think next week. I'm in the process of actually trying to get this conversation set up for next week as well on Wednesday. As long as they don't drag my schedule out or my schedule don't change, I'm trying to set up another conversation for the evening Wednesday night. I'll definitely get in the chat and as well let everybody know too as well.
Hey, the city championship this weekend. Girls.
Saturday, I think Saturday at noon. Is it the girls is at noon at East, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm actually one of the kids, Poe's niece, Jakila. I'm actually working on a conversation with her and her mom, the point guard over at Walnut Ridge. Something special, having a great season. She'll be playing in that championship game, I believe, as well. I've been dropping edits. She's one I got to edit on my Instagram page. I really enjoyed doing that for her and her mom as well. So anybody out there, if you want to get your edits done, man, definitely tap in with me. I enjoy doing it, man. It's something I'm on my off days. I sit back and give me time to, get better at my craft. So if that's you, man, definitely tap in with us and we'll definitely get that done for you as well. And I'm learning from you, Zay. Zay definitely helped me out with a lot of it too, as far as in watching how he do stuff and told me just to work at it, Moss. You're going to get it down. So I appreciate your push on that, Zay, for sure.
For sure.
Who's playing in that city championship game on the girls' side?
Centric and Centennial. It's a rematch from last year. Centennial won.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, and what's crazy is it's the same game.
Say it again, Zay.
You went out. We didn't hear you. Oh, his connection must have got bad. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make that game, but Man, I kind of wish I was. I'll be out of town next week, so I don't think I'm gonna be on Thursday or Saturday or Sunday. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna have to hold it down because I won't be around. I won't be available. Rather,
Hey,
finish
yeah,
it up, man. Do I mean that one take?
yeah, I was saying it's the same game for the city championship on the boys' side too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Africentric and Centennial made it on the girls and boys side. That got to be something that's never
Well, it's
been done before.
Centennial trying to. They literally trying to win back something that they haven't had in. It's history for Centennial. They're trying to bring a historic feat and win it is city championship. Afrocentric, we know what they about. We know what they do. On the girls' side for Centennial, they got a monster over there. Career leader, I think one of the career leaders in points. She just had I think 1K or something like that feat as well this year. Like Centennial is definitely changing the game. My niece, she plays soccer there, so they won the city for a few years in a row. So I know that school is definitely rocking right now and ready for this weekend for sure.
All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate everybody making it, man. Everybody that's tuning in, make sure that you subscribe to the channels you see scrolling across the bottom. WTP for Life, Level Up Sports 10, Parlay Poe at the Blitzburg Podcast, our man Post Game 86, also One Take Zaya, and our man City League TV on Facebook and on YouTube, and our man SEC Sean. Make sure you tune into all of those on YouTube. Subscribe to all of those channels. Like, share our videos. Tell your families and friends about us. We're trying to really, really grow our platform so that we can continue to bring you great content like we've been doing for the past year and a half, going on 2 years. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. We out and we'll see y'all again on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Peace, fellas.
Peace.
Peace.
Have a good evening, man. Much love.
All right.